Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you are tuning in to my 2110th edition of short-term market trading, like S&P, Nasdaq, gold, you name it. Stocks as well. Live with Oscar, and that's what we do here. And boy, has Omni just been killing these markets. Omni got us along this afternoon on Sunday, right near the lows. It's got to be up 20 points since where we got in so far. So thank you, Omni. Traders, this video coming at you on a Sunday night for Trading Sunday through Monday, June 1st, 2020. Please know there's extreme risk involved in trading futures, options, ETFs, stocks, you name it. If it's hooked into the financial world on Wall Street, it is risky. And if you're going to trade that stuff, you need to know about that risk. Never trade without stops, which protect you from losing at a certain point. Always put those stops in first before you trade. And just know this isn't suitable for all traders, nor all trading accounts. Please know what you're doing if you're going to play this game. We know what we're doing. Omni knows what it's doing, and I'm about to tell you what you should be doing for trading on Sunday through Monday. So, all right, so we've got a green Omni, we've got a lot of stuff on the board. I will tell you this before we even get started doing anything. The market's going up, there's riots in the streets, there's this going on, there's high unemployment. The market is going up, the market is right. Rule number one, the market is always right. If you think the market's wrong, oh my God, all these things are going on, the market's going up, and it must be wrong, you're crazy. You know why? Rule number one, market is always right. Rule number two, if you think the market is wrong, please refer to rule number one. That's the way this works. And there are riots in the streets, and you know what? We're expending a lot of energy on George Floyd, and of course, you know, these people have to be known, right? It's got to be known what's happened, so I get that. But while we're expending energy on George Floyd, which needs to be done so that we can stop this from happening again in the future, we should also be focusing on riots in the streets to help Hong Kong. You guys want to make noise in this country? We should be making noise about what's happening in China, because while we're arguing with each other and going after the police and going after, you know, Black Lives Matter, and we know that, but that's central right here in our country, right? While we're busy with that, you know what China is doing in the last 10 days? You know what they've done? They have re-threatened Taiwan. They're looking to go to Taiwan and take it over again. They have taken over Hong Kong. We should be helping these people in Hong Kong right now. There should be all sorts of demonstrations all over this country, in every country, trying to help them. Not only did they mess with Hong Kong and they're threatening Taiwan again, they went to the Indian border and started messing with land at the Indian border with India, and they're claiming more islands in the South China Sea. This is all happening while we're fighting over what's going on with a cop and some guy and COVID. We're all sick from COVID. China's taking over the world. People, wake the hell up. We need to wake up. It is fantastic for us to have our demonstrations to help our own. But if we want to continue to have a country to help, we better keep our eyes on China. Wake up, people. The leader of China is looking to take us out. They want China to be bigger, greater, stronger than America. They want America to be listening to China's ideals and be censored by China's internet. And we're not paying attention. We're paying attention to good stuff, but it's not everything we should be paying attention to. We should be focused on helping Hong Kong start a revolution over there before we're all in Chinese school, because it's coming our way if we don't do something about it. Let's get into markets. All right, so with all that happening, green Omni in gold, Nasdaq, E-mini, S&P. The E-mini, S&P, and Nasdaq looking really strong technically, and I'm going to continue buying the dips. Like I said, Omni got us long Sunday night. Thank you, Omni. Gold is still shining, and even though it didn't go straight up on Friday, it went up a lot, and it looks like it wants to have another strong week. And Bitcoin is coiling a little bit. Now, Bitcoin, one of my Omniacs, thank you so much. One of my fans wrote to me on YouTube, said, Oscar, in your next video, would you cover Bitcoin? So I will cover Bitcoin in this video. And we're about to look at charts in just a moment. Once again, we just finished a very successful Omni Camp. It was fantastic. Omni Camp has loved you guys. Extremely COVID safe. In fact, we did a very quick video to show you how safe we were. If you don't mind, indulge me. Take a look at this quick clip, and then we'll look at some charts. Omniacs, I'd like to give you a special thank you. Thank you so much for coming to Omni Camp this weekend. The world and this country experiencing COVID-19 Corona. But what we decided to do was have an Omni Camp, and of course we followed the rules. We did 50% occupancy only. We had everybody in masks, everyone that served food, masks, gloves. So we were here to make sure that you would be safe if you came to our town.
You know, from the start, when we got here, what Oscar had set up in terms of ways to reduce any risk of each of us contracting or even bringing the virus with us. So everything's disinfected, you know, there's cleaning going on constantly. Everything that we have come into contact with has been immaculate.
This is the first camp they've had since the virus, so masks were required, everything was clean. We would take breaks even in our classroom, the room would be clean, the house is cleaned. The lady who helps attend people in the house, she made sure she wore the mask. I felt very safe. I had no issues at all.
He took all the preparations and extra steps above and beyond and did things to make sure that everybody was comfortable and everybody was safe. Social distancing was in place, sanitizer, masks, thermal guns, make sure everybody's temperature's good. You know, he brings you into his home, so he wants to make sure they're safe too.
And he really has thought about everyone and making sure that, one, his family doesn't get infected, but also that everyone in the camp stays safe. And I think that that is certainly something so commendable, just certainly in terms of this difficult time for people. But yeah, no, I would highly recommend anyone who even has any nervousness about coming here, everything is taken care of in terms of that.
You will be safe if you come out to Omni Camp. We just proved that with all of our Corona contingencies. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm glad you were brave enough. And the next set of Omni Campers, you will be just as safe. I welcome you all to Las Vegas, and I hope to see you soon. Traders, your E-mini S&P sitting above the dreaded 200 bar moving average. Dreaded meaning when it's under it, you're bearish. When it's over it, the street becomes more bullish. So far, settled day one over the average, day two over the average, day three over the average, and we're up here right now on day four on Sunday evening. That is over the 200 bar. So far, so good on your E-mini S&P. Look at the Nasdaq. It is just staying inside of this channel. The channel expanded a little, and that's okay, but it is staying inside the channel and working its way nicely higher. And we've already had our first golden cross of the indices. Nasdaq led the way. That's one. I'm assuming the others will follow in suit. The higher we go in Nasdaq and the other markets, the more likely that golden cross takes place in E-mini S&P and the Dow. We'll see where that goes. Then you've got gold. Once again, we like gold. Gold came down on Wednesday, tested this trend line here, got right back into it, got above, and is inside of our ascending wedge. And I like it, especially because its sister market looks just as bearish. So you've got dollars, the opposite end of the spectrum of gold, and they look bearish, which is opposite of the gold look. So while dollars look bearish and gold looks bullish, I will accept the green Omni in the gold and look for it to buy a dip. And then Bitcoin fans, what I'll tell you is have some patience, and maybe we'll start to see something. Why? This is what I would consider an inverted head and shoulders. Shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder. The head is below. It's inverted. This is on a weekly, and it takes a long time for it to develop. So patience, kids. It's on a weekly. However, you are above the 50 bar moving average. This is a pennant flag, and it is building right inside the right shoulder. And I say, because you've got a pennant flag, you're in a right shoulder of an inverted head and shoulders, you're above the 50 bar moving average. Traders, keep your eye on this bad boy. Maybe you'll start to see a little bit of upside. But remember, requires a lot of patience because a formation like this takes time to build. Let me just explain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're on week 21. 21. Times it by 5. It's taken that long for this to happen if you were trading on a daily. So have patience, kids, but it looks like this should pan out at some point and send the Bitcoin higher. So traders, you've seen the charts and you saw the COVID commercial for Omni Camp. We are going to hold another. The last one was so successful and so safe. We're going to hold another for the last weekend in June. That's coming up in 4 weeks. There are only 3 of you invited. I am keeping this at 50% occupancy only until Corona is gone or the rules get relaxed and we're safe. In all honesty, traders, I'm inviting you to my home office where I've got a wife and children. It is only going to be 3 of you, and you need to be in driving distance. If you can't drive to Vegas, you are not coming out here. If you fit that profile and you want to learn how to nail these markets the way you see Omni nailing it, come to livewithoscar.com. Fill out your Omni Camp applications starting tomorrow. Monday, I will start calling back all the applications, and I will call you on the phone, and I'll qualify you for one of the seats. Only 3 seats. I will only teach 3 people at this camp due to Corona rules. Masks, plexiglass, safety. You will be safe. You just seen the commercial. If you want to join me last week in June, make sure you come to livewithoscar.com and fill out your Omni Camp applications. All right, kids, so you've seen the charts. It's only Sunday night for Monday. Keep your powder dry, right? Like today, we got in. We're looking to get out with profit and then sidestep. It's only Sunday. We're trading for Monday. We've already got a good trade on. There is nothing wrong with taking your profits in this environment and sidestepping until the next session. If you get lucky, you do that yourself. Make your profit, get out, cancel your stop, sidestep this, wait for the next session. Why? If you've been watching, we have been going from the high of a session to the low of that session, back to the high within the same trading day. That means you might have a profitable trade that ends up going out the window on you, so make sure you take your profits when they're there. Join me at livewithoscar.com in my free live trading room. When I say free, I mean free. There are no credit cards, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Livewithoscar.com. Join the site. It requires a password and an email address. Find your way to OmniChat and meet me in my live trading room. I hope to see you there. All right, traders, that's it. It's only Sunday night. We've got a long way to go. I will see you at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do, in my opinion, to keep those emotions at bay, and I know when it comes to biting the nails and everything else, it is not easy. But try this. Say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to these videos, and I'll see you all at livewithoscar.com. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.